Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to part 2 of the Powermail 2 introduction. I will show you Powermail frontend and in addition some hidden secrets of Powermail 2. So first of all, what is Powermail frontend? Powermail frontend is a possibility to show the stored mails again in the frontend. And in addition, maybe you want to edit, or some frontend user want to edit some values in the database and store it again or so. With Powermail frontend, it's very easy to create maybe a guestbook or so. So let's start. I already created a page called list below my Powermail form, and in this page you can see a content element called Powermail frontend. And the thing is how to get there. You can add a new content element, and you should not click this item Powermail. This is just for showing the main Powermail form, but what we want to do is to go to the PI2 plugin, what's called Powermail frontend. And with this you can add your Powermail frontend plugin to this page. I will stop here and I will go to the already existing one. Let's delete the new. Okay. And we'll show it to you. The plugin is separated in 5 different tabs, as you can see, and let's start with main settings. It's important to say what the main setting should do. In this case we want to have a list view, and we should select a form, an already existing form. I want to see the values of form 1. It's called formula 1 in this case. In addition, maybe you can set a page with the mails, but we don't need that. If we let it empty, it's okay because we have chosen the formula 1. The next tab is the list view, and in the list view you can select which fields do you want to show. If you have let this empty, you will see all the fields in the front end. But let's start with first name and last name, and in additional, maybe we want to have an export icon, an Excel export icon, an RSS feed icon, and a CSV export icon. And in this case I can use this function if I want to say give me the entries of the last X seconds. This is interesting if you want to show only entries from a time period or so. This gives you the possibility to add a limit, and this setting is interesting when you want to go back to the list view, maybe from the detail view. The last checkbox is a possibility to show only the mail entries from logged in frontend users. This means if a frontend user logs in and created an entry with a Powermail form, and another frontend user does it in the same way, and the first frontend user wants to see only his own mails. So let's go to the detail view. The detail view, we have the same possibility to select some fields. Maybe in the detail view we want to have first name, last name, email. We want all. Okay. And here is the possibility to say where the detail view is. In my case, the same plugin is stored under detail. Maybe you know such behavior from other extensions like TT News or so. The tab search settings give us the possibility to place some search fields above the list. In this case, I want to have a full text search, and then I want to search through the first name field and the last name field. And this filter gives us the possibility to have an ABC filter, the whole alphabet, with the possibility to filter the first name in this case with a leading A or so. I will show it to you. And the last tab gives us the possibility to edit the mail entries again. I don't select a special field, so I want to edit all the fields. And who can edit the field? Maybe a special front-end user, or maybe a special front-end user group. I think test is my front-end user group where I can test. And last but not least, the page where the edit view is. In my case, the edit view with the plugin front-end, Powermail front-end plugin is under 3.5. This is this plugin. Yeah. Okay, let's store, save, and display it. Okay, so what you can see now is a list, a front-end list, a Powermail front-end list of all the mail entries that we have, and it starts with 3 search fields. We have a full text search here, a search for the first name field, and in Germany Nachname, last name field, and maybe we can search for any phrase. In this case, I have 9 results, and all these mails have something included like this. Let's delete it and click go again, and I think we have the whole list. And let's say I want to have all first names that begin with M. Let's click on this, and we have just one mail with the first name Martin. Let's delete it again. And maybe we're interested in having an RSS feed of this list below. RSS feed is maybe interesting if you want to send your mails automatically to Facebook or Twitter or so. That is what I use when I use RSS feed. Let's go back. Or maybe it's interesting to have a CSV export of this list, or an Excel export of this list. Let's click on the Excel icon. Let's see if this works or not. Yes. Yeah. Here you can see first name and last name. This is only the 2 tabs that we selected, and the back end is the same as you can see here. Okay, so let's have a look into the detail view. Maybe I click this link, the detail link, and what we see now is are all values that are stored into the database. Let's go back. Maybe it's also interesting to re-edit some entry, but we have to log in first to do that. Let's go on this page where I stored my login. So now I'm logged in. Let's go back to the list. Here we are, and now there is a new link beside details. It's called bearbeiten, means to edit. Let's go to edit, and we have not the correct rights, so let's check this. Edit view. I don't know what group this is. Let's add all the groups. Go back, refresh. No, something else is missing, and I think I know what. The thing is that we changed some settings in the plugin on the list page, but now we are on the page 35. This is this page, and we have also to say which front-end user is allowed to edit or not, and this is the test group. So now check it again, edit. Here we go. What you can see now is the Powermail form, as you may know from before, and now we have the possibility to do some changes. Maybe change the last name to Müller, the first name to Andreas or so. Okay, and let's go back. and we changed the last entry to Andreas Müller. With this Powermail frontend, it's very easy to create a small database plugin to show it again in the frontend. So you're very welcome to check this out. Now we come to the second part of the small introduction, and the second part is the hidden secrets of TypoScript in Powermail 2. So let's switch to my IDE with Powermail, and as you may know from other XSpace extension, you find the TypoScript in configuration, TypoScript in this case main, and let's open setup text. And in setup text, let's scroll down. We can change the templates, nothing new, and we can also change this flex form settings if we want to change this. But maybe it's going to be a little bit more interesting on line 30. We can enable or disable attachments for the mail to the receiver, or we can change the mail format, as you may know from Powermail version 1, to HTML plain or both. And in the part override, you can all the settings that are that you've done in the flex form can be overwritten. Email, the name of the receiver, the email of the receiver, the sender name, the sender email, the subject, maybe a CC address or a BCC address, or more addresses, split them by a comma. The return path could be edited, the reply to email and reply to name, and also the priority of the mail. The mails that are coming into your mail account with a high priority from some very interesting customers. So you can change that with 1 to 5. In addition, you can add some attachments, some maybe static attachments with the object, or dynamic attachments. Maybe you want to attach always a file or so. The same settings can be done in the mail to the sender. The mail that is sent to the sender again, mail format, override all the values, and in addition changing the attachments. Maybe it's interesting to send the sender a mail and say, thank you for your mail, here is our program, see attachment PDF or so. In the same case, you can change the thanks page, changing the flex form settings again, and this part is maybe a little bit interesting if you want to do a redirect with TypoScript C object. You have a bit more flexibility with this. You can do something like TypoLink or so. Interesting is the line 167. In Powermail 2 it's new to save the new mails as hidden mails if you want to do this. The line 170 and following are interesting for double opt-in mails. So you can say override the email where the double opt-in mail goes. Maybe you want to confirm mails from the administrator instead of the user that sends the mail. You can override the name and the email, sender name and sender email. The captcha settings from the calculating captcha can be changed in line 197 and following, like the background image, the font, the text color, size, angle, distance, and so on. The line 210 and following are related to Spam Shield. Maybe you know the extension WT_Spam Shield, and this extension brings some nice spam methods with it and checks every submitted form to spam. And this extension is already included in Powermail 2, and you can enable or disable the whole extension, the whole part. And what's new is you can choose a factor for mails. So every mail that is sent will be checked by Powermail about a spam factor. This means if one of these following checks, maybe a honeypot check or a link check or session checks, also failed, some points, some spam points are stored, and this spam points leads us to a spam factor. How is the spam factor calculated? Let's have a look into the doc spam detection. This is a very easy spam formula. You can see that. And if you give some spam points, you can see 1 or 12, you will see the spam factor below. So if you give 4 spam points because the honeypot check fails or so, you have a spam factor from 75%. Okay, let's go back. So maybe you're not satisfied with these values. You can choose it by your own if you want. The blacklist is new. I think now it's missing in WT spam shield. You can do a blacklist by string or a blacklist by IP addresses with TypoScript. Okay, let's proceed. In the MISC settings, you can manipulate some settings of the uploaded files, folder size, and the extension. Let's go on. In line 267, you find some examples how to pre-fill fields with TypoScript. As you may know from the old extension, you could pre-fill fields with something like that. UID 123 is text and so on, and we don't need that anymore because now we have the readable markers, and you can do it like this, just adding a string, or like a C object like this to have more flexibility to fill something. Okay. The line 285 and following is related to some marketing issues. Maybe you want to have Google AdWords. Some visitor fills out a form, and maybe Google AdWords code should be shown JavaScript because you want to say Google AdWords. Now the conversion is okay. It's filled out. You can use the conversion ID and the conversion label from Google, and it's automatically enabled if this is set to 1. The part send post is maybe interesting if you want to send your Powermail mails to a CRM. Maybe you know Salesforce or any other marketing automation tool like Eloqua or so. You can send them via post, via the method post, blind messages, first name, last name, email, and so on. And these tools will store it and creates leads and so on. You can do it like this. Just say where to send the values, and just do some settings, and first name is this field, and the values will be sent automatically. Okay. The line 337 are interesting if you want to store your Powermail values to a third-party table. Maybe you know this method from the old version. It's nearly the same. You can say, yes, I want to store the form values to any other table, like TT address in this case, or maybe it's interesting to store it in FE users or in TT news, or I don't know. Feel free to use this feature if you want. The line 397 turns around the debug functions. Maybe you want to show all the flex forms and TypoScript settings in the front end. You can say 1 and this is activated, or maybe you want to show the variables that are submitted. Just say here 1, or Maybe you want to see the mail arrays before the mail is going out. You can activate this part, or maybe you want to see what kind of values are stored into a third-party table. You can check this. And the spam shield is interesting if you want to fine-tune your spam shield and want to see which submitted mail creates what spam factor and which spam fields are failed and why and so on. You can use this. So in line 440 it's possible to change the jQuery, including in Powermail 2 at the moment we don't use the well-known extension T3 jQuery, maybe in a later version or so. At the moment we just use TypoScript to include jQuery from Google, and feel free to override it in your TypoScript. Okay. So if you want to change the backend module layout, feel free to override the line 520 and the following. Okay. Thank you for your patience, and feel free to give me some feedback if the new version of Powermail is nice to handle, or maybe there are some bugs or so. Yeah, see you.